I'm Funny Matt. Hello.
This is J1.
And we have a special guest in the house.
Drum roll, drum roll. Bing!
Nakira TKO Doss.
What up?
Yeah! We wanted to invite Nakira. She is the first lady guest that we've had for the year so far.
She is a major contributor.
Okay.
The last few seasons, so we thought that her opinion would be appreciated.
Definitely.
Wanted to represent for the ladies today. Because we about to get on their ass today.
Who better but me?
Who better but her? So listen, I know y'all not used to us coming on at this time, but we switch up every week to see who's still loyal to us.
You know, it's a Thursday thing.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
So we're going to give y'all a couple minutes, though, to share the link.
Please
Make
do.
sure everybody's tuned in.
Share.
I think we
Pour
the best
up.
thing on TV tonight. Pour up.
Yeah, the finals is almost over. So
Finals is almost over. Go Lakers. We should pull off that victory pretty soon. So I need y'all to share the link. Let's get a
we
few of
share
y'all
our
in here
personal
today.
pages as well. So go on and just pull up on us.
Yeah, pull up on Matt.
Yeah, for sure. And also in the comments, drop your location, where you watch it from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let us know you in there or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I know Addy. You know what I'm saying? Just the city.
Don't put your pen in. Schoolboy
get into
Jude.
this.
Pay a visit.
All right.
Hey, you a visit. Give it a couple minutes, though.
Yeah.
What y'all got going on for the week? How was y'all 4th, man? What y'all do for the 4th?
My 4th was dope. On Saturday, we had a graduation party for my niece, Nevaeh. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yep. That was dope. And then 24 hours later, we was back at it again on the 4th, man, shooting big things up in the sky, man.
Ew.
You shoot your pistolas in the sky?
We was shooting them big things in the sky, man. Yeah. We do it every.
Come on, guys.
We do it.
Just say fireworks.
Say fireworks, bro.
Fireworks,
with
man.
you, man.
Fireworks. I don't
I
understand
was
these
with
dudes,
you.
but yeah, man. Every year, man, we've been, you know what I'm saying. It's a little tradition, you know what I'm saying, that we got going on. We get the kids out and bring everybody out. People drive up from all over Pueblo and Springs, and you know what I'm saying. Everybody comes from everywhere, and you know what I'm saying. We put on
How
a
much
little
did you
thing.
guys, is that like a manly thing, like a big car, like spend a lot on fireworks? Like, how much did you guys spend on fireworks? Because I've been noticing like people spending a lot of money on fireworks. You know what I'm
Couple
saying?
hundred.
Some people spend way more than
How much time does that
Hell
give
yeah.
you?
How much?
But you gotta buy the right stuff, you know what I'm
5
saying?
minutes
And, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, you just got to buy the right stuff. You could waste money on a lot of bullshit.
Okay.
So, you know, as long as you know which bundles and which packages and stuff or whatever to get, yeah, and what kind of show you want to put on. But over the years, you start figuring out what's the dope shit.
So like collectively though, you guys probably spent a few thousand.
Over the years,
No. At your party.
between food and
No. Between fireworks.
Just fireworks.
Just fireworks.
He said a couple hundred.
Just the big
no, it's like
fangs.
under about 500, 600.
Okay, so these dudes I was around, man. My guys, they spent. I mean,
I know
you
some
can
other
tell
people
they
who spent that
spent.
much.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like they spent
Did you leave
a lot
town? Did you
of
go to
money.
Wyoming to get yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was
Yeah,
is it for the kids or for you?
That's what I was asking. That's what I was asking when I was in the middle of it because like they started at like literally the kids started at 6 o'clock and they went until well in the darkness till 10 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
It's a waste.
Yeah.
That's a little
It's
early.
nighttime.
That's a little sun's still out.
They didn't care.
Still out at
So what they like sparklers and shit.
Nah, bottle rockets.
Bottle rockets.
Bottle rockets and shit.
Pop bottle.
sequins, whatever.
Sequins.
Bottle rockets might as well be
Told you, niggas
sparklers,
love
man.
words.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
yes.
If you're not getting,
I
you
mean,
know,
damn, y'all asked me,
Shit.
so I'm telling y'all when it was popping. I
Do you
just
guys
don't get-
compete with your neighbor?
And that's what it seemed
No.
like, that they were
It's a
going
little
against
flex.
each
It's
other.
a muscle car. I
It
see,
was
I
a
see.
Was you like telling your wife, like, yeah, we gonna get deal on this shit? That motherfucker showed out that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think no. Hear me out. So like, for our little group that be doing everything, in the beginning, probably I don't know, maybe like 10 years ago, it was competition, like, oh, okay, they going hard, we going, you know what I'm saying? It was probably one of those way back then, but it's been so consistent for us that like now, you know, like all the neighbors kind of all on the block and everybody all kind of comes out and congregates together for one show. So it's dope.
Party.
Yeah, it's
But
dope.
there's still competition in there because you want to have the biggest. You want to have the biggest explosion. You want to have the biggest.
Nah, but you know what I'm saying? We can't compete. Nah.
It's more community,
Nah,
like,
it's
we
more
doing it
it's
for
more
everybody.
community in that particular section, and because right down the street there's a big, massive fireworks show.
Okay.
So you so there's, you know, if you out there
the
trying to
pregame.
flex, you can't compete with
The golf course.
Yeah, you can't compete
See, I
with
look
that.
at it, I'm
You know what I'm
spending
saying?
no money if we got the
Nah. You gotta have your own.
What
man.
did you do for the 4th? Did you sing like?
absolutely nothing.
Did you sing like 4th songs or something?
To her phone.
I can see you with a little guitar.
I said,
did you
kid,
do?
it was already 100 degrees that day.
Okay.
Kids, do you want to do something?
Okay.
No, ma'am. Cool. We had slim chicken.
Okay.
After Juneteenth became a holiday, we decided we was never free on 4th of July anyway, bruh. What are we doing?
Absolutely, but
So
We
we
just
did
had this
nothing.
talk last week,
We
but it's
did.
'Cause
good
we turned up on
fellowship
Juneteenth.
with your friends and family.
Not a single person in my family invited me over for 4th of July.
Damn.
Y'all
Sounds
know.
like a you
But I'm the
problem.
black sheep,
Damn.
so it's
That's
good.
because you go everywhere with that. You get drunk and fight.
Do I? Drop in the comments if you've ever seen me drunk somewhere fighting. We'll wait for it.
Walking around with that
We'll wait for
with
it.
that McCullen. They like, oh shit, here she come.
and we went. Like I said, there was a competition, and
Clearly,
Did you
too,
win?
with the bomb
no,
photos.
I wasn't in the competition. I was just like, I was starting to get like a PTSD type of reaction and shit. After a while, when shit starts popping like so many times and shit like that, and then explodes.
I was like that days before the
it started
actual
fucking with me. It started fucking with me, and so I started getting really irritated. But I love it. I have fun with my people. That part of me is just weird that I can get like that and shit. So
Yeah.
That's that LA, man. That's
Did
that
you
LA.
ever stop running from the wick?
who's the wick?
The wick, when you light it, because the last time you like lit it, you was like, "Ooh!" It ran away from the fire.
What do you mean, who's the wick?
Y'all don't believe that in the comments out there.
Hey,
Some shit's just not even believable to you guys. I didn't know. We're just
That was a
surprised.
zesty runaway.
That was zesty. It was very zesty. That's why nobody's gonna believe that. They know what it is.
Okay, I mean,
They know what it is. So
Okay.
listen, you guys.
I mean-
One of the hot topics from this week is the fact that Sha'Carri Richardson is no longer running the 100 meters in Tokyo for the Olympics.
I think I don't think she's doing the 4x1 either.
She won't be doing
she's not
anything.
doing nothing.
She won't be running anything. But one of the reasons why is because she tested positive for marijuana. And I wanted to know. look at me. So what do you guys think about that? I mean, from avid weed smokers like Matt and yourself.
Doobie Club.
I don't smoke.
Okay, sure.
I think it's unfortunate. I understand rules are rules. Unfortunately, I understand the kind of weird gray area that legalization kind of creates in this space. But just like a urinalysis for a job, it's the person doing the testing's discretion on what they want to deem an issue or not. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, with this situation on paper, it's just fucked up in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? But I think after this though, I think after this situation, I think there'll be a different situation next go round. I feel like she is
The
catalyst for what's going to happen, and how they deal with this moving forward or where this goes, because, you know what I'm saying?
Big deal or not a big deal, Nakira?
I think it's not a big deal, and we all know the whole double standard of it as far as how many white people now profit off of legalization, and there's so many black people who are still paying consequences, be it jail or something like this, right? If it's legal where she's at, then we got to bring into the aspect of it like does weed help people? Like, right? Like people in stress, anxiety, all of those things that it's beneficial for. So something that we know is not on like a for real substance, like an enhancer, right? Why is this even on the list, especially when it's legal in many places now? Why is this? I think it's just, I don't know. I feel like it's not a setup because it's like a rule for all of the countries that participate in the Olympics, right? But do we need to take it off of there? Because now I'm the person who looks at it like, oh, now we just made it easy for, it's still gonna be some black girl that wins, right? Like, but we taken somebody out, and then you have the flip side. A lot of the black girls, I don't like it because to the point of one of the other Olympians who's running, she was like, there's plenty of other black girls that are running, and now y'all just boycotting the Olympics, and now it's taken away from our little shine that we deserve to get.
Devil's advocate. Okay? The rules have been the rules forever. And you speak on this part, though. The rules have been the rules forever, though. It's not like they waited until she got high one day and said, okay, now we're going to strip this away from you.
Right, exactly.
So the rules are the rules. Will we feel this certain way if it was somebody else that we didn't really give a fuck about?
Well, what about Michael Phelps?
Because
I think
he got static, but
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I don't think Michael Phelps was competing at that time.
he wasn't.
and then he just got caught on film, like
He got
hitting
caught
a
on
bong or
film.
some shit, right?
I don't even know if was he hitting
I
it or
think
was
he
the
was
bong
like-
just in front of him.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
But like you said, the rules are rules. She knew what the rules were.
Right.
And I think everybody's upset because it's so disappointing. It's like for the trials, you stole the show.
Yeah.
You took it over, and we couldn't wait to see you come home with the gold.
Yeah.
And it's disappointing from my standpoint. I hate that her people, I know she's a grown woman, but I hate that her people
Somebody
let her get there.
But what can you do, Matt, right? I could say all day long, Matt, don't do this. That's not going to work out.
You can't.
She going to do what she wants at
Couldn't
the end
agree
of the
more.
day.
Right.
Couldn't agree more. I just think that, this woman has trained and busted her ass for so long for this moment, and she let that hold her back from this, and I hate it, but I can't wait.
Did they say how, like, obviously she tested, like, what caused, is this just a routine thing that they tested for because that was automatically going to happen, right? So she could have expected that. So
To a certain degree, yeah. I mean, and there's that
She knew it was
aspect
coming.
too. Like she kind of knows, she knew what to expect, and
And it wasn't even a semi-dirty test where it was
But then, okay, so where's the accountability as far as on the leadership of these events and whoever is in charge of saying what is on this list of banned stuff, right? Because
it needs to be gone.
Period.
In my opinion.
Period.
It's a dumb rule, but it's the rule.
It's a dumb rule, but it's
And I hate that. I hate that she.
Like, I
even
guess
gotta
why
go through
hasn't this come out? Like, why hasn't it? Because we know people test positive for marijuana probably all the time. What made this
But they
one?
haven't had the type of her
Finish.
situation is set up to be
Gotcha.
her. Nobody even knows anybody else is even in these Olympics by name. To be honest,
Got you.
She's the face of
Right.
one, especially for the other part of this is how we can take somebody black and make them the face of
Put 'em
whatever
on a pedestal.
movement we want to make them
Yep.
the
Get
face of.
that paper off of it.
Like she's become like the leader of the new black nation for black athletes.
Yeah.
I know she's like, hold up, man. Like, she's still young. It's still a young lady.
How old is she?
I just watched her in college.
24?
Yeah,
Is she that old?
So 20.
I don't even think
I don't
she's
think
that
she's
old.
that
I don't
old.
even think she's that old.
Oh, I turned my phone off.
Look that up for me, please. I don't even know if she's that old. I just watched her in college, and she just seems to be like she's just trying to figure it out, and this just seems to be a lot on her. You know what I'm saying?
So in that token,
Yeah.
age doesn't really mean it don't even matter how old she is. If you're not taught forward thinking and accountability and why in this particular moment, this is a critical thing for you in your life. This is like huge. You got to know how this could play out. You have to think about that. But I get it. Her mom, we all know her mom died. She said that she smoked some weed this first time ever after her mom died. Like, I doubt that. We know that wasn't her first time.
She's lying.
Like, come on.
Right.
We know that.
Right.
That's the part where I'm like, cool, you was accountable, but be fully accountable.
Right.
She's not mad at.
She didn't have to deal with all the white people or everything, did she?
She figured I'm black. They not about to let me in. They about to really use this. So she probably figured,
Okay.
let me just say
I'm
it.
glad that she didn't lose her sponsorship with Nike.
That's good.
And
Because Nike smoke big weed at Nike.
You know they do.
Nike is a doobie club.
You know they do.
good plug. She's 21.
She's 21.
man,
yeah,
so
yeah.
super young.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's super young, man. So what I was just thinking though, like when all this shit came up, and just like the Chauncey thing that we talked about last week, how they find a way to like bring up every hidden part of your past.
Yeah.
That was like silent or docile, like that the type of shit that just, you know what I'm saying, like you couldn't pull up, right?
It just
You got to
lays-
really be digging
it
for that
lays
to find
dormant
it.
for-
You
for
really got to be
years.
digging to find it.
Right, so
Yeah.
so like to bring it up and shit, like it's like they was waiting to pull out the information, like you're like, like oh yeah, well boom, and your mama said this, and I know in the 7th grade this is what happened, and you got to fight in the 10th grade,
Cancel
and now
culture.
let's get you off the team.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We saw that's how this goes with everybody though. You know what I'm saying? Just like same thing from last week, you know what I'm saying? The Chauncey thing. Now you get this job. Now we're gonna
dig.
Now we're gonna go dig.
gonna dig.
Now you're the forefront of this, you know, this new black female Olympic star situation. Yeah, okay. Watch
Let's
this.
test you. We're gonna pull up and test
Well,
your ass.
I mean, the testing part, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of par for the course.
Thank you.
So I understand that was going to happen anyway.
Right.
She knew that was going to happen anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but the response, the narratives and all that other stuff, it's the same pattern. You know what I'm saying?
But I
It's the
think she
same.
got
It's
like
the
a
same.
pretty-
It's the same drag. It's the same. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like this situation, low key, because of her age and her youth, like she'll have other opportunities.
She's gonna go.
and this is probably
I feel like we move.
yeah,
Because
for
we
sure,
move
for
like
sure.
we always have another opportunity. 4 years is a long time. You don't know what's gonna happen between now and 4 years. She might hurt herself, whatever. We don't pray that on nobody.
She
but
gonna get pregnant.
yeah, hypothetically, you
By
have
Nick
4 more
Cannon.
years.
By Nick Cannon.
She get pregnant by Nick Cannon right before the trials next year.
I'm saying all that to
Hey,
say
it's
seize the
possible.
moment.
Negro Dominus.
It's possible, man, because bro is
I
shooting
predicted
the
it.
club up, dog. He is letting them go.
Why is that?
He is really wilding out. I'm here all night.
I'm here all night.
Why does how many kids Nick Cannon got? Like, how does that affect us on an everyday?
It doesn't
me
affect.
at all.
It doesn't affect nobody.
Okay.
It's
You only saying that because you got 10
right,
kids.
right. He feels some kind of way because he's 2 behind Nick. But no, it's just the way. Like all this, there's like this dude acquired 5 in like a year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 2 twins.
Is
and
it
then,
irresponsible though when
and
you
then
die?
3
That's
and
what I
then
want to
3.
know. That's what I'm asking.
Is it
Like, what
irresponsible,
are you saying?
guys, if you could take care of it?
I think.
I think Nick realized he could handle that and was like, well, if I'm gonna do it, let me go ahead and do it. And you know what I'm saying?
Because you gotta remember, there was black families like back in, you know, my ex-husband's grandfather's siblings. This lady had like 22 kids in Alabama
But okay.
with less money.
Okay, but
Yeah,
check
I
us
can't be for sure on that.
check us out though. Check
Because
us
my
out though.
my granny had 21 siblings, all by the same parents.
It was the norm back then.
It was, but there was also like a lot of damage that was created to a lot of kids and families because of them,
The inability,
because of them numbers and stuff like that. Like I had just had a conversation the other day, and my dad was kind of telling me about, you know what I'm saying, like his time and how, you know, him coming up, like he was a kid of a product of that. My dad got a gang of siblings, and he was the youngest.
Gotcha.
And I was never aware of, you know, like what that experience was like for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not cool. It's not that cool. If the money doesn't justify all this stuff, because people are gonna go without, whether they go without attention,
Right,
whether they
your
go without
presence.
money, your presence, your this, your that. You know what I'm saying? There's just a lot,
lot
and
of
the
dynamics.
kids suffer. Sure, you know, it's not a recipe for, you know, something
disagree, Gary.
ridiculous and bad, but I mean, it's not roses. And it was it was kind of a normal thing. There was back then, a lot of dudes was having a gang of kids all over the place.
Yeah.
And some of them were sticking around and some of them wasn't. But a lot of them were like on the norm, like it was like trophies. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got 6, 7, 8, I got da-da-da-da-da. And they, you know what I'm saying? They would, you know, it was a cool thing in a weird way.
Gotcha.
You know? So.
That's before my time. Before your time? Yeah, I don't really remember that.
You don't remember that?
No, that was before my time. But
Nick having 5 in 1 year is just a little. It's
How many women was it with?
4.
4, because he had twins, right?
Yeah, twins and then 3
now that
singles.
big.
So yeah, 4. Yeah.
I don't know. Again, I guess it also depends on your belief system, right? Because Nick ain't like super Christian, marry and have the one lady thing, right? Like some men believe it's their job to populate the earth.
Hey, I feel like he came to that realization at some point and said, you know what?
Yeah, it's definitely.
And we got to make up
You know
for all
what
the
I'm
ones of us
saying?
that
He said,
killed
fuck
in
it.
prison. We got to
definitely-
repopulate.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna leave
Because
a legacy.
he was
Slice
in
your dice.
legacy mode because
I guess he
that
wasn't
was
too confident with the twins.
I was about to say.
Right.
I was about to say he got to get some more.
Yeah, he's I don't
Now you, little man, I like you.
I don't know too much about you two, man. I'm gonna keep having them until one of y'all pop up. One of y'all pop up and show me something.
one of them was with somebody that was on the show.
Oh,
On Wildin' Out.
Really?
It might have been one of the Wildin' Out girls or something, or it might have been somebody who was a guest, but I feel like it was somebody who worked on the show.
Are you just making this?
No, I ain't making that up. I ain't making that up.
Do you hear the way he said that?
Yeah.
I ain't making that up. Like you make shit up.
Nigga,
This year.
You went from I think it was one of the Wild 'N Out girls, or was somebody that was on the show,
Or an audience member.
or audience member, or somebody that works
member.
in the laboratory.
I could just see him like poking his head out the office, like, "Hey, I'm giving you a baby tonight."
So,
Ooh, he probably
what's the
was.
comment say? Anybody in the comment chat?
I'm
Bunch
still,
of
I'm
comments.
still
Is it?
sharing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, where we at? What
Let's
we
go.
got?
Wait,
What we
Well, I
got?
started back
Jay?
at the
Come on.
Sha'Carri Richardson stuff, but
Okay.
Let's talk about it. What
it
they
said
got?
Nick's dad was a preacher, she believes, and he said he did it on purpose, like had all these kids. Yeah, like he did it on purpose. He had all these kids.
Who was that said that?
Nico.
He said he did it.
He said he did it on purpose. Nico, okay.
Corey said that will make your mistakes your current reality. So we're talking about how society or people can wait till you're doing something special before they will make your mistakes your current reality. Nico said very unfortunate.
He's talking
So
about,
then, are we agreeing? Like, if I know, I feel like if that was me and I know I got some suspect things, I'm gonna just out myself
That's real.
and be
Right.
accountable and apologize and say how reformed I am before somebody else could dig it up.
That's and that's your truth. That's how you live your truth, man.
Hell yeah.
But some people don't. That ain't really the norm for people to do that.
Oh no, I'm the type to
So
just tell myself this is what happened,
okay.
y'all. I'll be all right.
all right.
I'd rather me bring it up than you.
I like that.
I know that's right.
So, can we go? You Evan, you do not want to read comments. He hates.
We did.
I don't know what we did. You just said she said it was a whole.
That's
thing
all the.
full of
That's
them.
that was
literally
it,
the
bro.
synopsis
You
of
always
the comments,
that when we say that's it, that's it.
But Nico said a whole like 6
all in the
lines
same vein
there,
of the
though.
same
All in
comment,
the same
bro.
Oh.
This thing.
Micromanager of the show, huh?
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Eyes straight, eyes forward, eyes on your own test.
Clever today.
Middle school boy.
I
on
knew
a
it was
roll
coming. I
tonight,
knew
man.
it
He
was
had a
coming.
super cookie and a slushy on his way. That's why he texted at 6. I'm here.
I'm here. Like, God damn. I felt bad. Like,
Yeah,
I need to left the house yet.
I was still like, grill. I was still grilling.
Damn it. He got to want to show off his new baldy.
Hey,
Shining.
shining,
Hey.
shining.
Good for you, black man.
Yeah.
So the next subject that we were talking about was why something about unattractive.
Something about.
Yeah. What's unattractive about a nice guy? What's unattractive about a nice
Ready,
guy?
ladies, get ready.
Let's please chime in the comments on what your thoughts are on this topic.
Well, that's what made me like a thug. I found this out like when I was like
You were a thug?
Yeah, that
Oh man.
I don't believe it.
What was your name? Gare Bear?
Gare Bear.
Before he became Mr. Midas, he was
Because if you
Gare
put the
Bear.
Mister there, that's just, courteous gentleman
That was
shit.
a
You just carried it over from some other
He
shit.
carried the nice guy over
Gear
with the
Bear, and
mister.
now I'm a grown man
That
up
wasn't no
on him.
fucking Gare Bear. There's never no fucking Gare
You
Bear.
tagged that?
What's unattractive about a nice guy? And I was telling y'all gonna have to answer because I've been a thug.
Oh.
Ladies, what's unattractive, right? Unattractive.
and
Unattractive.
we can ask you.
Yeah,
Like, what
yeah.
kind of
Shit.
Yeah.
you like guys that like
Do you like nice guys?
I don't know. Yeah.
tie you
But I
up?
feel like
Ooh,
it's a
look at the struggle.
But I
I don't
feel
know.
like it's a facade.
Yeah.
Anytime I feel like I could say I had a nice guy, there was some other shit behind it that I didn't know. So were you really a nice guy?
So if you didn't know, then how can you bring it up?
That's why I was silent before y'all made me chime in.
Okay, wait. Okay, but okay. Was he nice and
let's
then just
define nice. Let's start right
was
there.
he a nice
Go
guy?
for it. Go for it.
In all actuality, was he a nice guy that just ended up doing
Okay, so
maybe
let's
some
be
fucked
clear.
up shit?
Somebody could be a nice guy but be a scumbag at the same time.
Mm.
I had a
What the hell
gentleman
you
who
should
opened
pay
doors,
for?
changed oil, brakes, all the manly shit you're supposed to do.
Okay.
But on the flip side, it was a deceiver, a pathological liar, etc., etc. That's not a nice guy to me.
So that doesn't weigh out like
No, bro.
pathological lies.
No, it doesn't weigh out. We end with nothing. If you have this and then we have this and it weighs out, I'm even keel.
But he fixed your brakes.
Okay, that's something I can also get done without you, bro.
You should be
I
happy.
didn't miss them perks. I will say
should be
that.
happy you can stop after
That's what I'm
doing
saying. Yeah.
65
Yeah, we worried
through
about
my
all the
bellows.
wrong
You should be happy to stop.
So okay,
lining,
Nico
sister.
got a good point. She said he might be a pushover, allowing a lot of bullshit, but I appreciate a nice dude though. Yeah.
So, Nico, what's allowing
Nico's
a lot of
fucking
bullshit?
lying.
Hold
She
on,
likes
hold
him
on.
rough.
What's please expand, my friend, on allowing a lot of bullshit. What does that look like for you?
Okay. Just allowing a lot of it. This may be a push-up.
Because what do we women do that's bullshit? I don't feel like I've ever did bullshit
Of
before,
course, yeah,
guys.
unhealed.
If he's unhealed
from past
Like you
traumas.
traumatized. That's soft. We ain't ready to be with nobody then, right?
That's soft.
So that's
So that's
soft.
soft?
Not,
So
not
because
managing your self-care and making sure you're. I don't want to say soft. Maybe that was
Women-
the wrong word. I don't mean to offend.
Just because you come in,
This is a problem in the community, period.
cognac.
Men or women. You not ready, bro.
Okay.
Women do the
Okay.
same
Glad
shit.
you balanced that out.
We do the same shit. I'm
You
not
was-
even trying to say that. I was treading
okay.
on thin ice.
Okay.
We not ready, bruh. Like
Okay.
the expectations when you already had a failed situation. A lot of times it's you in the first place. So you going in expecting some shit. One, you ain't worked out your own shit because even if I was with this scumbag dude, something about me chose this scumbag dude. And even when I had signs to be like,
Let the church say.
something is not right. Corey, you know exactly what I'm talking
You
about
might
too.
have to come back often.
That I'm saying.
We finally get some rest.
I believe in
reciprocity.
accountability. If you haven't read the book that's called Success Principles, in the first chapter of that book, it's by the guy who wrote Chicken Noodle Soup for the Soul, whatever that shit. Yeah.
Chicken noodles.
With the soda on
for
the
the
side.
soul, right?
But in the first chapter of that book, it changed my life. It talked about like no matter what happens to you in your life, bad, good, and different, you had a hand in that. So he might have been a raggedy ass mofo, but something about me keeps choosing these raggedy ass people, and that's something I gotta figure out because I feel like there's always a sign of something that you're given and you ignore it. Man, woman, indifferent.
There's always okay. Damn, it's a lot to break down.
Yeah, there's a
There's
lot to
always
unfold.
a sign. Say that again.
When somebody really is not for you, and they don't have to necessarily be something bad per se, it's not for you though. Or it could just be they on some bullshit. There's subtle or obvious signs, and depending on what situation you're in, like when that happened to me, I was going through a divorce. I was just like, whatever. I'm like, I got married young, so my partying phase came after marriage. Like I wasn't 20-something partying. I had kids, I raised a family, I was married. Then I was going through a divorce, and then things got kind of wild for a minute, right? So I was living in reverse. But in the moment when all this stupid shit happened to me, I wasn't really trying to be nobody's girlfriend. I was just out here just kind of living. And this person presented themselves, and it's like, I wasn't really looking for no signs because I wasn't looking for that in myself. I wasn't looking for a mate. I was going through a divorce. I was chilling, just trying to have fun, basically. And the signs were there, but I didn't care because I'm like, I'm not trying to be this dude's girl. That was weird. Right. But then when it got more serious, there was still some times where I could have been like, well, that's weird. well, this is weird. I can't
Like
come to
what?
your house, but you can always come to my house, but I can't never go to your house. That type of shit.
Red flag.
The homegirls
flag.
were like, Kira, how come he always? I'm like, good point. I bring it up. Then you pull a baby slick move and let me slide with you in the car while so-and-so's out of town and let me sit in the car. I'm just going to run in to pacify the, oh, why can't I come to your house? Because I asked the shit. Like, well, yeah, that is weird.
So you could come and you could just sit outside.
Yeah, I'm about to go run in here and grab something right quick, just stay right here. But because the psychology of this person knew, like, okay, I gotta appease this, or she about to skate, bruh. I gotta
Did that work?
pacify this. In the moment it did, because I'm like,
Okay.
I know who I am. I'm the type of woman where I feel like some weird shit's going on. I'm just showing up.
Okay.
So to me, that was I don't let people know where I live. So to me, that's major. Like, okay, I know where you live now.
Okay.
That eased a little bit and like curve it all together, but it eased it for the moment. Then more signs came. But by the time you're hooked in with somebody, I feel that's why that soul tie shit, it's not even about religious outside of religion. Soul ties is real. When you start connecting with somebody on that level and then you gotta break it off, that shit is for real hard.
A soul tie.
Yep.
We never talked about that before.
Does that come from sex or?
Bodies, like you're exchanging energy, bodily fluid, all kind of shit with people. That's why you just gotta keep the count low, ladies. Keep the count low.
So wait.
Keep
So
the
this is
body.
interesting.
It
This
is.
is interesting. So
Do you believe in energy exchange? Let's start right there.
I do,
Yes.
but not. I didn't even think about it the way you're saying it though. It was just a new perspective. That's all I'm saying.
You
It
ever
was
let
just-
somebody's presence and then you felt like you was like in a funk, or somebody changed your
Yeah.
somebody changed your whole countenance because they bought some bullshit that wasn't really and people just dump it on you and you're like, damn, like okay.
Yeah. 'Cause then you start
Why is that
questioning-
different with sex? That's the most intimate thing you could do with somebody, right? Like,
Yeah.
That's a different transfer of energy
transfer.
than just somebody being in a room. But yeah, I agree. I agree that there are those personalities. I've been around them. I used to date somebody. I didn't realize, you know what I'm saying, what was going on, but she was a bummer. You know what I'm saying? Like everything was
Debbie
cool.
Downer, every time
Everything
I
I was
call
cool. Everything was cool. And then but she was, every time we spoke on the phone, it was just problem after problem and complaining and this and it just got, over time it was just like my ear just started closing up on it and I just started just checking out.
Especially, I feel like women, I feel like black women, and just women in general, but especially black women, especially moms of any children, we carry so much. And a lot of times you, your spouse, and it might not, like if you have kids and you're at work, the next time you see your partner, the first thing you do is probably dump your whole day or whatever happened on them. And I don't think that's intentional sometimes, but you have to be self-aware of what you're transferring to somebody.
the
I
other
try to be
person.
so cognizant of that because it's selfish, really.
Or balance that shit out or something, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
like
I mean,
be
it's
on your
cool.
bag for a little. Give yourself a time frame. I'm gonna give myself 5 minutes to talk about this, and then we gonna move on because you let that shit control your day. But yeah, I don't know how we got down this road. But
And Nico says, not my issues, but I see women taking advantage of really good men and vice versa.
For sure.
And let's talk about the men that are getting taken advantage of all the time. And I think it's a lot more men getting taken advantage of by women.
how, Sway?
How?
Yeah, I'm not a woman, so I can't speak to what I'm.
You're not a woman, so
I mean, I'm not.
you're not a woman.
I'm not a guy.
Well, what?
I'm drinking this slowly.
Whoa.
I'm drinking this slowly.
Let's talk about this. I told you that. What's she said?
I only had Fireball and a little bit of this.
There
She
might
said, I'm
be.
not a woman, so I
I
can't
looked at y'all
speak on
crazy.
that.
Yeah, I said what I
There
said.
might be 4 pairs over here. There might be 4 pairs over here.
Some of y'all have seen me naked. I don't even got to defend myself.
I don't know what that is. I'm trying to find our comment.
Some of y'all have
Homegirls.
seen Jay naked too.
Jay?
What?
Some of y'all have seen Jay.
No,
Yeah,
but tell us.
yeah.
So, the whole point of this, right, is to get a women's perspective. But y'all got to enlighten me. What ways do women take advantage of men?
Well, whoa.
So you really need?
Look,
She said, okay, hold on. She said, in what
I
ways
think
do
in a lot of
women
times-
take
Okay, let's
advantage
give
of
away.
men?
Let's throw out the obvious bullshit.
What's the
Money.
obvious?
And money.
Women have us trained a lot of times to not be the person that they that train you about what he did. And I'll speak for the men, okay?
So
women
like
will train you about
past-
what he did, so you know that this was
The
all
one
the
side
stuff
of the
that
story.
caused the trauma. That too, though.
That too.
I mean, we can't go back and ask him most of the time, but you can create this narrative or let you know exactly what it is that caused her to be in this thing, so that you try to be different from that, and they can take advantage of you because of that. Oh, you know what I've been through. You know what kind of trauma this led on, and this type of thing. So that's what I think about it.
That was a good answer.
I
was a
think
good answer.
women could take
That was a
advantage
good one.
of men by just like support, not monetary. Just they going through some shit. Solid dude, got they shit together, and that person could just be somebody that they could confide in, somebody that helped them kind of through their thing, and I think that happens a lot.
But is that taken advantage of, right? Because that's life. There's always going to be a scenario
You don't
where
realize it's taken advantage of until it's over.
well, that's not fair. You didn't give an opportunity for me to correct this.
No,
just you did it, it's over.
No. Well, no, he's saying you don't realize it a lot of times until hindsight. Right?
I got what he was saying.
That hindsight,
You can kind of look back and go, okay, damn, I was.
Oh, I took it as it's over, bitch. I'm done with this. I didn't no chances.
No. I took it. Well, you can tell me if I'm wrong.
No, that's
I
exactly
took it as
interpretation is everything.
hindsight, like later on,
Got
right?
you.
From my perspective, I'm big on perspective.
I'll give you a
And-
perfect example of
Go
what
ahead.
you're talking about.
Go ahead.
I will admittedly say that I wouldn't say taking advantage of is not the right verbiage. I will say it's abuse. As a woman, you feel like you can't abuse a man. But perfect example I can give is women feel like, and I'm not gonna say women feel like, I, as a woman at a point in my life, felt like I could push a man who's saying, stop, leave me alone, I don't wanna talk about it, get away from me, whatever. Like you feel like a woman, no, I'm gonna talk about it, like just being the aggressor, but not in a violent way. But even when a man tells you to give him his space, talk about it later, and you don't honor that, then you have a recipe for disaster. And then you end up, some shit gets broken, you ain't even trying to make nobody go to jail, the neighbor calls the cops. Yes, I'm speaking out of an actual situation that happened to me.
Oh shit, that escalated
Like,
fast.
I'll tell you the exact story because I'm not ashamed of my history. I'll tell you exactly what happened. Phone bill needs to be paid.
Okay.
Me and the husband are talking. I'm on my way to church. Did you pay the cell phone bill? He playing PlayStation. I don't want to talk about this shit right now. I paid the cell phone bill. And then basically he ended up saying, I don't want to talk about this right now. I'm like, nah, but I need to know if you, so just that simple moment where I just didn't walk away, right? In honor, he don't want to talk about this right now.
And you cut a fool on the way to church.
I did. That was not even the honorable thing to do. So what ended up happening is he got upset because he was like, man, I told you I didn't want to talk about it. He got in my face. He never hit me, but he got in my face. His face hit mine. He got mad, threw some plants around. Somehow the police got called. I don't know if I called. Another thing, don't call the police. It might have been me who called the police. I don't remember, but it very well could have been that. When the police got there, there's stuff strewn all about. It don't matter if somebody hit somebody. That's automatic destruction of property. Who did this? His name wasn't on the apartment, so they automatically hit him with destruction of property. An automatic restraining order against him was put, so he couldn't come get the kids after he had to leave after that. It's just like a whole disaster. But had I just shut up in the moment and honored my husband, that would have been like a non-factor.
Wow.
So to me, that's abuse, and I realize that in
That's
hindsight.
accountability.
Like,
Wow.
my marriage taught me a lot, even though I'm not married anymore.
That's
Wow.
an excellent perspective. We
Wow.
want to give it up where it's recognized. And sometimes, you know what I'm saying, there's a skewed
Yeah. Wow.
kind of
There's
perspective sometimes, and we see, and I just appreciate you saying that and the fact that you learned from that. I thought the problem was when you interrupted him on the PlayStation. I thought that's where we started.
That's interrupted too, because now that's his quiet space to himself.
That's his
Yeah, so even that in itself is also a problem.
Why do women downplay or disregard men's feelings like that so much? Why does how you feel not why does not how we feel not matter that much to y'all when y'all are, you know what I'm
I
saying?
can't speak for everybody, but when you come from a place like I grew up, even before I was married, feeling like nobody listened to me. Every time it came time for me to say my piece, I heard you out, and I let you say your spill, and then when it came my time to say my piece, you were like, yeah, basically it don't matter, what I'm about to say is it, and the end. So when I was younger, in my early 20s, I fought to be heard. Like, I just want you to hear me. I don't even care if you agree with me. just hear me
Let me
out.
get this out.
And I feel like that was that alone probably was the biggest problem in my marriage. It was like just wanting to be heard and not having a man around I wasn't raised by my dad. I didn't have a male example to tell me, hey man, just let him be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My mom is very much so, we talking about this right now. You know what I'm saying? My mom, we talking to our family, don't go to bed mad, talk about it. That was my mom. And shout out to my mom. I know, no hate. She taught me what she knew how to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, I think it depends on where you're coming from, right? Because sometimes it's not about blatantly disrespecting you. It's something in me why I feel like I need to do that. Like there's some background for me. Now some women are obviously just blatantly disrespectful and just turn up for no reason, but that was my reason.
That's shit, man. I mean, again, like accountability, like that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, it's refreshing to hear a woman hold herself accountable, even regardless of, the man's role in the situation, but just acknowledging like where you went wrong.
Yeah, because I feel like if I got remarried, I got married at like 21. I was super young. No example, all that. I think if I got remarried to that same individual now, it would go way different. Obviously, because I have the perspective too. So I didn't know what I didn't know or see as an example, but it would go way different.
That's dope.
Damn.
Shoot.
I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, I know, because we started off talking about why girls don't like nice guys.
Talking shit about us. I had to redeem us, ladies. Some of us are aware and trying to make changes.
And I think life will teach you that.
It will.
Right? Life will teach you that about being the nice guy, overly nice guy, or being the all too accommodating guy.
Yeah.
Because you will get taken advantage of.
Oh, you better believe it. And women almost train to do it because they look at you like you're a sucker, or, you know what I'm saying? This is somebody
They
else.
already
So you ain't been guilty of like, okay, so let's agree, right? Once you set a standard of how you're going to treat a woman, right, in the dating phase or whatever, I don't know. I think it's about the standard you set. If you're always the guy where I can come to you and we talk about it or whatever the issue is, we hash it out. If you set that, be careful the standard you set, I guess is what I'm saying, right? Like, I don't know, because then I feel like that's giving yourself a pass to do stupid shit that you realize is wrong. So never mind, I retract.
No.
I check myself,
aspect, there's that aspect of it, but you was making a, you was making a good point.
Because some people function in that way in their relationship, and that's okay, because that's how they function, right? Like, it's okay if some people prefer, let's get it all out, be mad, whatever, in the moment, and then we move on, and then we don't talk about it. Some people want to wait because calmer, clearer minds prevail. So it just depends on you got to know who you're with and know, because we know your points, so that's going to piss you off. We know exactly what to say. You know all that, right?
So why do y'all do it on purpose then when you know exactly what is the goal?
It's a mind game. It's like,
I feel like for the type of woman I am, I've never initiated on my end some shit starting. That's all I can say for me. I'm not an instigator where I just be out trying to start shit to just be arguing.
Okay.
Like, so I don't have that perspective. Okay. But once you start with me or I feel like I'm not heard, it's a wrap. That's how I used to think. Like, I'm just going to talk until I feel like not talking.
Okay.
I think y'all mastered emotional abuse and verbal abuse.
Okay, I know what a verbal abuse is because I also experienced that, but verbal abuse to you, what is that? Just it doesn't have to necessarily be in cussing, just down talking, shaming type of behavior.
Yeah. Like I feel like a lot of guys are subject to that because y'all technically, it's like, okay.
Some of us know we can't hit you.
It's like you're strong. It's like I know I can't beat you up.
I can't hit you, but watch this.
So low blow, jab. I'm gonna destroy you emotionally and mentally and shit because I can't beat you up.
I feel like that's a personality type or something because even all the dirt I could have on somebody, that's one thing I've never would take something that you told me in confidence about your childhood or something, and when I'm mad, say some wild shit.
People do it though.
It happened to me.
I know
what happened. So I don't have that perspective, and I've never understood that. But yeah, I guess men and women do it.
Yeah. It's definitely it's an ugly situation. All right, we went down that rabbit hole, fellas.
Let's get to the comments.
Let's see.
Midas, I think we dropped. Oh. All right. Hey, check it out, y'all. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Be back after this quick word from our sponsors, our network.
It's been said that power waits for the one who earns it. The one who turns the situation around when their inner voice is sound. How will you earn your power? With words? Or with silence and in life? Or in death and violence? Then how will you use it? Will you confuse it and think anger is the only way to belong? Or you abuse it and let pain make you forget right from wrong? Will that make you feel strong? Do you have the power to turn the situation around at the sound of your inner voice? You can pick up the sticks or you can grab the stick. How will you handle that choice? How do you want your story to end? Are these really your friends? Will this be fun? And do they have a gun? Will you be forced to use your power for what's right or to run? Will you look back on the time and wish you could rewind that last second, minute, hour? Make the choice to listen to your inner voice. How will you earn your power?
Welcome back to Don't Read the Comments. I am Midas.
Funny Matt.
J1.
And our special guest, Nakira Doss.
Hello.
Hey, so whole new topic to switch up on, because we got Nakira here representing the ladies, and I want y'all to answer as honest as possible about this. Audience, I need you guys to be in the comments. I need to know what you guys feel about this too, right? So there was a topic that came up where this dude was kind of laughing at these other guys, and the question was, your girlfriend only talks to you and God. So I think that a lot of guys and ladies, I don't know how to work this. I just speak for the guys, have a misconception that their women only talk to them and God, and there's not someone else that gets a conversation.
There ain't no male friend. There ain't no other
friend
male
or bros
voices or bros that really get. I mean, I feel like it's pretty naive to assume that you would hope that it's not something disrespectful, but I think to think that that there ain't no other guys that she communicate with, you know what I'm saying, outside of you is a little, I don't know what the word is, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a weird gray area, for sure, you know what I'm saying?
Why is that? Why is that a gray area?
Because them conversations can lead to whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying?
So hold on, as a married man, you think your wife talks to other men? Like, hey,
on the phone,
how was your day,
on the phone
beautiful?
and shit like that.
Like,
I mean,
like,
realistically, sure. Like at work and all kinds of shit. She's got friends. Like,
she got a work husband?
She's allowed to have friends. I don't know about the work husband shit. You know what I'm saying? But
she brought him some green beans.
She don't take nobody no snacks, lunch, potluck, nothing, leftover, nothing.
If you was gonna throw the leftovers away, this actually came up.
That
with
means
a real
what,
thing.
can she take it?
Mad because actually, you know, somebody told me the story that this guy I worked with at Staples. His wife didn't like me, never met me because they had some leftover greens, and we was talking at work. I'm like, oh, my greens will kill your greens, and he was gonna throw the greens away, and he brought them to work so I could taste them. He told his wife, I'm like, bring these. She was mad because she felt like
you taking
this.
Yeah.
Why, who the hell is this girl?
Yeah.
So when you say they're having what is the context of these conversations?
That's none of my business. You know what I'm saying? As long as I ain't.
So is this a new friend?
I don't
Or
know.
is this a high school friend?
Hold on, wait.
Doesn't matter.
You hold on, Matt. Hold
Why
on,
does
Matt.
that matter?
Matt, you're being
questions.
very I don't know of
There's
a
questions.
friends. I don't know of a
There's
friends.
So women are not
But-
allowed to meet a new person that
You
they haven't
can't-
known since 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th, 12th grade.
That they haven't?
A new person.
Okay.
I met you at the grocery store or some other shit. Like you
See,
trying to do
why
something
you
else.
meet at the fucking
All
grocery
I'm
store?
saying is, it don't have to be work, because work is obvious. You go and encounter people and have to build relationships with people at work to maintain rapport and all that shit.
Right.
So you have to do that.
But you saying like a new
somewhere.
homie
Okay,
that just
okay,
started
we're
calling?
all in entertainment. You at a comedy show. You meet a new young lady that's actually just a cool person.
No.
Energy. And we
See,
talked about
okay,
this. Yeah,
so you don't
talked about
believe
this.
that women can have guy friends that are just their friends?
Yeah, they can.
Okay, so what's
absolutely? I'm just saying, maybe it's just
It can
for
only
me.
be old niggas.
No, I'm just saying at my age right now, I got a family, and I don't need anybody new in my life. I have great friends.
You blocking your blessings, my brother.
No, I'm not. I don't need to. Like, it's one thing if you networking or something
Right.
like that, but I don't need to call another woman to shoot the shit with. It just I don't need that. And that's just me personally. So
Okay, so perspective. If I ever have a boyfriend that I'm taking serious, right?
Okay.
I still have conversations on a regular basis with my ex-husband
Right.
about all
That's
kinds, not even just
different.
the kids, not like,
y'all have kids.
okay, scratch that out. I have a couple homeboys I've never had sex with, never kissed, never thought about it, never. I call them to
They
shoot the
your
shit.
homeboys. That's
So it has to be somebody from the past to give you a card to be able to talk
it
to. this
doesn't
nigga.
have to be, but
That's what you're saying.
I'm saying for me, that's what works for me and my home.
And that's what you got to decide.
And that's we've had those conversations,
And that's both ways,
and
right?
I know her friend. I only have three female friends that I grew up with, and she has a couple male friends that what they talk about. That ain't none of my business. But like, if she came home like I was at the gym and I met Rick, boy, what a good guy. I'd be like, man, fuck Rick. Like I'm like, what you?
Why? That's not
Why?
even like a realistic expectation of human beings.
It is though. What do you need to have?
It ain't a need.
New friends.
It's not a
What you
need.
gotta- What do you need to have? What do you need to have? Like, I don't know.
Okay, so are you of the vein? Because my ex-husband told me one time, like, any dude that's your homeboy who ain't smashed, it ain't because he didn't want to, right?
I mean, I think to a certain extent,
I get that, but I
think-
don't completely agree with
Yeah,
that.
that
I get
doesn't-
that.
Because I
Yeah,
have plenty of homeboys that I don't know if you want to smash, but we've just only been friends. I ain't never attempted nothing.
But y'all been friends, so you bring.
But that's in adulthood, though. That wasn't like friends since high school.
Yeah, but if you meet another guy, right now,
I'm going to just act like these niggas never existed?
no, I'm saying you meet another
They
guy.
existed at the time we met.
They're your friends. That it doesn't matter, male or female. They're your friends. So what comes with you is them. So your new man should accept them.
So friends is
That.
only predicated on
But if you go
timeline.
out and you start meeting people,
This is
motherfucker.
hilarious.
I was at brunch and this guy bought me a mimosa.
I can't
and-
make any
and-
new friends.
And we were singing
But this
together.
depends on your situation. Because I
we were
talked to my
smoking
ex-husband about
hookah.
this.
I'd be like,
Can dudes buy me drinks? I asked my ex-husband that when I was married. Like, are you tripping if people buy me
Sorry,
drinks?
yo.
No, I'm not. Actually, save us that money.
I didn't care
So
either.
I don't know. I feel you, Matt. And what works for you, I'm not even judging at all. But I'm just like,
I don't. This is a dope ass topic because it's.
I
It's
feel like
something
once
I
you
was just telling
realize,
you about
I
right
feel
now,
like,
it doesn't necessarily bother me if I want to like rack my brain over something. Another thing to rack my brain over. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, it's
Some shit.
unnecessary.
Okay, so this
Pick
is
and
where the
choose
trust
my
gotta come
battles because I really want to know, do I want to be that
That guy.
no, not only
Subarian?
that, do I want to
Warrior?
be that scrutinized as well?
Right.
I want to
right.
be under that type of
Right.
microscope as
Right.
well.
Right.
Oh,
Because
no, I
yeah.
really
but this is
don't
where
wanna
the
be under
accountability comes back
microscope.
into it. As a woman, if I have a male friend that I just met last week at the grocery store, at the gym, whatever, once I realize it's coming to a point where this ain't what it should be, that's my job to be like, nah, bro.
so
this
let me
ain't
just tell
gonna
you
work
something.
out.
Most men aren't gonna look at you at the gym and be like, boy, she has great energy. I want her in my life. He gonna be like, I want to fuck her. I see her
True that.
squatting right
True
now.
that. True
so
that.
like, I'm not going.
I'm not naive in that regard. Like,
so
duh.
that's what I'm saying. So there's.
But
a
every
lot
guy
of
has that
times
feeling
there's
about
an agenda.
random ass ladies he passes by. Maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but what I'm saying is there's. I'm saying a lot of times there's another agenda. It isn't to be your friend. It isn't to help you grow in life. It's to fuck you.
But some people, it is that.
Some. But
It
good
exists.
luck weeding that motherfucker out.
I'm not saying it's an exorbitant amount of people just love your ass and want to help pour
Right,
into
you're
you.
right though. You're right.
But
though.
it
There
exists.
definitely are, and there definitely are women that you meet that are definitely been in my life that have been really good friends to me. That'll help out. What is
The comments.
Let me plug into the comments. Come on, friends.
Corey said most of them have an agenda. Let's be clear.
okay?
DJ Cinephobe, bro said, it's a slippery slope. He said, I believe that there's always some man that women are in contact with. Women are master gaslighters. Unlike men who will eventually break down and admit stuff, women will not only take a lie to the grave, they will make you
Not
feel
true.
stupid for even questioning it. Whoa.
Not true.
How?
Accountable Amanda over here, since my name's not Amanda, I had to put an A to sound good.
Unicorn Amanda
I've told on
over
myself
here.
plenty of times. I don't take nothing to the grave.
Nico said, women should not be entertaining men, but they do. Some women like that attention.
Let's define entertaining, guys. It's awesome. Like, come on.
So if you have a man and you
being somebody's genuine friend and having friendly conversations and talking about life and what's going on, and I got this business, support this, come to that. What's going on with you? Like, that's different than like you whispering sweet nothings or in the DM, hey beautiful shit. Like, there's a clear defined difference between entertaining means you leading somebody on to believe there's some potential for something else. You don't have to do that with every freaking guy you talk to. I'm single and I don't even do that. Like, come on now.
It's cool to be
I agree.
cool to somebody.
It's cool to be right,
But when you
not-
start cultivating relationships,
Life is cultivating relationships, man. As an
Okay.
entertainer.
Right.
so are you gonna tell? So
That's
so
what Jay
okay,
said about choices.
perfect. So are you gonna tell your man that?
So Jay
Hell
said,
yeah.
You're gonna go home and be
Yeah.
like, man, I
All
met
you
Jason.
can
If my
He
ex-husband
was
joined
pretty
this
cool.
live,
He
if
was a
my
funny
ex-husband
dude.
joined this live right now, he would tell you I would tell him. Because I've told him way worse of stuff. So I feel like, man, by that, like,
Yeah,
we ain't gonna get into all that. Not way worse of
Exactly.
stuff like that. All I'm saying is, the more transparent you are, the less there is you have to. He trusts me more than anybody in his
Yeah,
life.
I mean, you
because
could-
he knows I'm gonna be straight up. Period. In every level, relationship with my kids, I trust Nakira. She has good morals, good judgment. She's not about to be out here doing no wild shit that's gonna make me be like, what the hell? The rest of them bullshit I was talking about, we were like separated, and that, in my mind, you was living with her, I was over here doing like that. Don't count. So,
yeah.
But all I'm saying is, you can have a respectful relationship with somebody from the opposite sex and be married with somebody or whatever, and it doesn't always, I'm not being naive, most of the time the random guy walking by you is a weirdo or wants something from you, and that's it. But a lot of people just organically just support you.
And I think that's cool. Like, I mean, I just went out of town this weekend.
where'd you go?
We went to Atlanta. We went and saw.
How was that?
It was cool. We went and saw my fiance, her friend, male.
Okay.
We went and linked up with my friends, female. Like, I mean, you could do that. But what I'm saying is,
That's different. You there, right?
huh?
You there during all this linking up, right?
Yeah.
That's not that. Okay. Yep.
But that's what I'm saying. It's still opposite sex. It's related. Like, she talks to him all the time. I don't know what they talk about. But I mean, I really don't think about it either. And I'm sure she doesn't think about it with me. Like, we've never
Sure,
had
some people are that mature. Like,
we've never ever had that.
Yeah, some
that
people are
issue.
mature
I'm
enough to
talking
have that.
about like the new person. That's what I'm
brand
saying.
new.
That new person comes in. I just think.
So walk me through this. Okay, new person. I'm married, hypothetically. So what I should be thinking to myself is, once I tell Bob over here that I'm married, what reason in the world would he have to want to talk to me at all? He should just X me out of the whole universe.
I mean, I think
No matter what we have in common, no matter what resources he has, I might be able to pull from. No matter nothing, he's new.
That's what
Hell
I'm
no,
saying.
nigga.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think if it's like networking, work, whatever, but I think if it's like on a social level, I think it's inappropriate. I would never do that to mine. Like, I would never meet a female.
The way you said that, like, do that to mine, like, it's so bad. But to you, it's wrong. So that makes sense.
No, I would never. Like, I would never
never
like,
do that.
I would never like if I met somebody came in this studio right now and she was cool and stuff and she was like, oh, I do comedy too. And then all of a sudden she like, let's go get a drink. I'll be like, I'm cool. Like, whatever we need to talk about with comedy, we can just talk. I'm not about to go sit down with you.
That's because of your trauma, though.
Could be.
Because that has something to do with it.
It could be.
You know where that could lead only because you know who you are deep. Now, we talked about this, not who you are. At the end of the day, if I'm an alcoholic, I'm trying to get over alcoholism. Okay, like.
You can't be
I have
around
to
the
really
temptation.
be
You
in
can't
my
be
own
around the
mind
temptation.
to avoid. I have to.
You got to avoid the temptation.
Deep down, I really want to drink.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? It goes against everything that I want to, you know what I'm saying, to say, to pass up a drink. And I really want to drink, but I can't. And I know I shouldn't be drinking, so I'm not going to put myself in a position where everybody's drinking that, though.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, I know what you're saying. I'm not worried about. No, I'm not worried. I know what you're saying.
Okay.
I'm not worried about
But
me and my behavior. I'm worried about how that could make my partner feel. And it might not make her, she's cool, but it might not make her feel good if I'm like, yo, I'm about to go have a drink with Jenny tonight.
Question.
okay,
Could
but
be
okay, yeah, but hold on, real quick. Let's address the comments real quick.
Okay.
So, Centerfold said the male friend equals first dibs the minute she starts having trouble in her relationship. I have a difficult time trusting the idea of a male-female relationship.
Thank
All
you.
right. He also doubled back and he said, if we're truly being honest, how many men only want a platonic relationship with a woman, especially if he finds her attractive?
It's a small percentage.
So
Now-
no men want female friends.
Now I
percentage,
understand the sentiment, but I do disagree to a certain extent because it's very possible to not have those agendas and interests with the opposite sex. It's very possible. But for somebody that's, like we said, fighting their own demons and got to police their own selves and shit like that and needs to whatever,
Let's talk about,
then yeah, you got to,
for some men, it's the sport of it, though. Okay, I'll bring it back to my marriage because I can only go off of the example I have. I was married in Atlanta. My ex-husband worked with almost all women, like 20 to 1. You go to work every day, you're a handsome, like, attractive black male. You're around all bad ones all day. Right?
Right.
And he would come tell me, like, I'd be flirting at work all day just for sport, entertainment value of it to see what they gonna say.
Okay.
I was really not comfortable with that. I was pissed off. You parading me around with this new baby. They know you got a wife, and you over here spectator sporting it up, nigga. Like, what?
What you said goes into what Tuck just said. He said, I believe a woman can give off available energy and not available energy, and that dictates the pace of new interactions.
True.
So if you out there making yourself seem like
That's absolutely right.
you available, then that's just gonna, you know what I'm saying? That's just gonna come to you. But if you not, you not. You know what I'm saying? And that's both male and female.
So is there a line? So do you believe if I am not available, can I give off available energy and still be fine, right? Like that, because that's what that is, right?
If I'm not available.
So my husband, he wasn't available,
Right.
but he at work chopping it up, giving compliments, maybe saying whatever at lunch. Who knows, right? I'm not available, but I'm flirting with you. Might be building your confidence up or something just because I'm.
Let me tell you without even knowing him, and I'm sorry if I disrespected, but niggas don't do that unless they're at the end of the day.
Said.
At the end of the day.
I'm not gonna walk by you at the gym and be like, boy, she seems like a fantastic individual. It's like, nah, when is she gonna do that leg thing?
I agree with
one
what
time.
the comment said, like the first homeboy on the list is if something happened, that's probably the first person you gonna end up hooking up with.
Right.
But then that goes down a whole.
I really
rabbit hole,
appreciate
'cause
you
I'm
being
not-
there for
'cause
me.
I'm not gonna even.
You don't
I'm
deserve
not
that.
even gonna really talk to somebody per se that I would not talk to for real, right? I don't keep a bunch of guy friends.
So whoa. Did you just say? Did she just say I think she said?
Go ahead, tell me what I.
gotta
She just
explain
think. Did
that.
she just say I think she said though?
Explain.
Yeah, because you just said
What
you
am I
wouldn't talk
explaining?
to
I wouldn't
somebody.
even talk to
you
somebody.
wouldn't consider going down that road.
As far
but
as
your
entertaining,
friend,
we're talking about entertaining.
No,
I'm not
we
gonna
was
enter-
talking
no,
about
I'm telling you,
friends. We was talking about
Regular friends,
platonic,
yes, but I'm not gonna-
platonic friends.
somebody that I'm
We're talking about new
entertaining.
friends.
Okay, all I'm saying is there's a difference between a friend and there's a difference between somebody that I'm married I actually know, like, if I wasn't married, I'd probably talk to this person, right? That kind of person I'm not even going to keep close in here because I know I would probably holler at you, right? Like, that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Friends are friends, but somebody I know I'm attracted to, like, you keep that it don't have to be constant contact.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
This person might hit my. I'm not even. With
We
somebody
talked-
Right
we
now,
talked-
but
we
I got
talked
somebody
last
who hates
week.
me in the comments that's married. Somebody hates me and's married just to keep that connection. He's not even trying to be inappropriate, but I feel like I'm just trying to plug this. How you doing, Kira? I'm like, you doing good? Just to keep the contact. Because if something happened, he got mad at his girlfriend on Tuesday, he probably might.
So,
Like,
But are you giving him?
no.
so
I'd
can I
actually
ask
look it
you
up, like,
something?
what
Can I?
about
Let me
this
just ask you this: if you're in a relationship, married
Or otherwise.
or otherwise, but it's like serious,
Okay. I respect and care about this person.
you love this. What do you need a new male friend for?
Unless it's some business, I don't need a new male friend.
That's what I was saying. Business,
Right.
Like
What you need them
networking
for,
and all that.
and what you need them for, and the fact that you could still be friends with somebody platonically, that's not the same
Yeah,
thing.
because I mean, I personally, I don't feel it's fair to say you can't have a male friend,
Well,
or
you
you can't,
can't. That's some
insecure shit
you
right
can't make a male friend in the future. Like, I think
Right.
that's crazy. I couldn't do it because, like you said, I wouldn't want to be under that type of microscope. At the end of the day, I'm gonna choose to do what I'm gonna choose to do.
Right.
No
You
parameters
have
or
no control over
expectations
somebody,
on
period.
me. Are gonna
Nah, I
stop me
agree.
from
I
making-
barely have control of myself.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, just trust me to fucking do and maintain this relationship the way I'm supposed to do it. And I'm gonna trust you to fucking do that. And if something crosses,
I'm gonna throw a curveball at you, motherfuckers, right quick.
Oh,
This networking shit is a guise for some other shit.
Absolutely.
We been knew that.
Who you throwing the curveball
The
at?
Who you
ladies
throwing the
don't
curveball
be necessarily peeping that.
Yeah.
And to me,
Nah, I think they know that shit.
But say- wait,
Watch when you open up your top,
Wait,
your
wait.
truck. Watch how many. I just want to come by. Where you gonna be at, girl? They gonna
No,
do-
I'm talking about the blatant. I have a special event going on. I'm at the after hours. I have this going on.
Okay.
And you really don't have that, but I don't have no way to validate that because I don't know what the hell you have scheduled. You're an entrepreneur. You always are at the after hours, right?
You saying you show up and ain't no party? It's just you and him.
No, I'm saying you
and baby
you
oil in a robe.
have a constant thing. You were always at. You were always at the
Right.
club. You were
She
always
said
at a party.
for
You
her
were always
dude.
at a photo. You were always at
He
the
uses
after hours.
networking
You
to
were
be-
always networking.
Yes.
You're always linking up with somebody about their modeling photos, whatever.
Right.
And it's
Creep.
a cover for
He
some little
creeping.
bullshit.
It's a cover for his book. It's a cover.
He telling me this to get me to believe he's doing legitimate business, but that's not what you're doing.
But
well,
he might be, but he's still.
But he ain't.
It's the cake and eat it too. Oh, you've had this happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, I got you.
okay,
I got you. I see
okay.
what you're saying.
That's all I'm saying.
So,
Yeah,
but
that's
I
what
mean,
I'm
there's
And when I
no-
posted that on Facebook when it was happening years ago, all the male homies was like, "No, Kira, don't tell him the whole plot." Like, niggas was in my inbox mad.
I tell you what, though. I tell you what, and I tell the homies this because I'm of my old age. I really don't give a fuck anymore about what I say, though. There's no networking going on in a club.
Now, well,
That's not
Niggas is
true.
Fucking lying.
That's not
You
true.
know
Nah,
why? Because you have to talk.
nah,
you have to
nah.
talk. You have to talk like this, my nigga. You want to? Hey, you want to hit me up, Matt, later on, my nigga?
You
Take
won't
my
do that.
numbers,
You ain't
what
did
be
that.
able to
You
do.
ain't did that since 2019.
It's been a minute since I done that.
You ain't did it since 2019.
Yelling at a nigga
2018.
ear?
Hooked up, talked to a nigga
I
about some
don't.
shit in the club.
No, I
Hey,
try
bruh.
not to. I hate the
Nah,
club.
I
Try not to. You
I
see
hate
how
the
I ain't
club
getting
for
these
that
direct
reason.
answers, though.
I
y'all.
hate the club for that reason. I don't do it because I can't have a conversation about
Yeah,
some
yeah.
real
It's not
shit.
the ideal
It-
environment.
It,
It
definitely
happens.
becomes
Yeah,
that.
it happens.
So to really
Yeah,
network, like you think, to the real networking,
It's
not
the
showing up in the
initiation, though.
club.
That's the critical
So
spot.
let me tell
Yeah,
you though,
yeah,
initiation
some
point.
DJs just want to see you in the club though.
He's giving you rapper perspective.
Rapper perspective.
And I
Some
understand-
DJs just want you to be in the club and be like, yo, my nigga, I'm here. I see you. I'm here. I showed up. The DJ's going to either play your record or
Is
he's
that
going to
still not
acknowledge
networking,
you.
bro?
Let me say this. I'm saying this. That's one thing. And it's one thing where a nigga's just in there, though. And you using the networking thing, I'm about to go network as a way just to be
So
in
you're saying
the club,
to
though.
get away from your partners? What you're saying? Like, oh, I got to go network tonight at reggae on the road.
Right.
That
You
you
saying
saying?
that's some
Okay,
bullshit.
I got
Okay,
you.
but okay.
Right.
I agree.
Right.
I agree that there's that layer of that. But I think depending on what it is that you do and who you are, that situation is different. Because for me personally, me showing up and being at a venue,
Available.
they come to me, and it's to the point where I ain't talking about that shit. I'm talking about business. Business comes to me to the point where you know what I'm saying. There, it's even an inconvenience to me and my wife because we'll be out together and some nigga will be in my ear for 30 minutes trying to pitch me his shit or trying to get me to agree to do his project, man. And it's because this is your first time seeing me in person. This is your opportunity to holler at me, and I understand it. You know what I'm saying?
And the customer service, and you have to oblige. So for your brand,
so for me, it is networking. It is money. You know what I'm saying?
Because you gotta realize
no.
With social
you
media,
said two different things though. You said when I'm with my lady and I'm not really trying to talk. Now, if you're out there and you're just out there in the club, then you're going to expect people are going to try to have a business conversation.
They do it regardless, whether I'm by myself or not. It's regardless. It's why I don't go, because I know what to expect. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so this goes along the line is you got to compare it to like a celebrity.
Right.
You're technically a damn celebrity, right? You don't get no off days, right?
No off day.
Because people are connecting things. They see you on Facebook, they see your flyers, J1 this, J1 that, J Club this. So you basically don't get no off days. Yeah. For some people, they might have been wanting to reach out and have legitimate business for you, and then they see you and like, oh shoot, let me go talk to him because I might forget. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's always
or I might not be in the proximity to even be able to have a conversation like you're telling this nigga. But what I think is this though. What I'm saying is, I believe that when you have those type of what do you call it? Help me out, y'all.
Interactions.
Interactions, because it is a slippery slope when you're in the club and you out here doing it, right? Whether it's not you just do music or you do rap or you do other shit though, right? Like networking is a fine line between the dumb shit. Okay.
Yes.
And you can be out there trying to really do the best thing possible.
And some bullshit comes.
And
some agenda shit come your way.
Well, the more people you meet, like we talked about last week, though, the more chance you have to get crossed by people's energy.
Yes.
And we talked about the energy part, and that's what Nakira was saying. You can meet some really dope people. They're really cool. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean I necessarily have to fuck them.
Right.
That means I definitely want your energy in my life, though. You have a dope ass energy, and I think that energy will be dope in my life, though. You know what I'm saying? I think once we stop being so possessive, I think a lot of times we get possessive with people, and that's the older shit that I'm learning. Like, you don't really control them and the moves they make. You know what I'm saying? You kind of just have to hope your shit is solid enough for that you can kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's the like aha moment for me. Like, once you realize you don't have control over somebody, like they're gonna do what they're gonna do regardless in the best or worst of situations. That's like so much freedom in that. Like the whole I'm checking your cell phone. You're like, I'm gonna find it because I'm looking for it, right?
There's no need to concern yourself with that
cell phone checker back in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? Then once I had a relationship after my divorce, I was like, look, like, am I about to stress myself out over this? Like, if it's happening, it's happening. I full-heartedly believe if it's happening somehow, some kind of way, because niggas ain't that clever, I'm gonna find out anyway. So whatever. So like, it's that thing. Once you realize you don't have control, like, you let go, and then whatever happens, right? Like, you gotta know who you're dealing with and trust that person, or whatever arrangement or agreement or whatever you have with that. That's why I feel like you have to also talk about that. Y'all are married. I hopefully maybe one day might date, right? Like, I feel like whenever I date again, I gotta have a full-fledged conversation. Like, look, let me know what you're doing here, because like, I don't got time for no surprises. The girl inside,
niggas be scared of that shit, though.
Like, people they do.
You're not gonna
about
find,
that conversation.
And I don't want to tell you you're not gonna find a nigga that's not gonna. But it's just a weird type. Yeah, niggas don't want to be real with them, bro.
They don't like.
They want.
You know what's crazy?
Is it true that guys believe there's no girls out? I know guys that feel like, I don't tell my girl the truth or whoever I'm gonna the truth because they can't handle it. They're not gonna be down with this, that, or another. There is plenty of women that are down for whatever you bring. Everybody different. different.
Like with everything, you make a pointed decision about
Give
the
me my
information.
option to choose, my nigga.
Right?
There you go.
I mean, it's not
There
always.
you go. No, that's
Let
real.
me choose.
That's real.
If you got 3 baby moms, one of them live
Give
with
me
you,
a choice.
and blah,
Give me a
blah,
choice.
at
Some
least
people
tell
just
me.
You'd be surprised what I'm okay with.
You be surprised of what I'm okay with.
You want to know that I went to the store today too and got some gummy worms?
Cut it out. That's not what we're talking.
So no, I'm not trying to be funny at all.
You are.
I'm listening.
But
That's
okay.
what I'm saying though, because at some point people start going through the list of what they think is important. The same shit important to me to find out might be that's not be important to Kira. Now she could be like, oh, that was dumb.
That's why you have a
telling me this
conversation
shit?
though.
But I'm just building on the point of. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, like.
So in hindsight, y'all been married years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this is where like. For a single person, right, as the only single person here, what are the important things to talk about before? I already know this kind of for myself because I've been married, but what are the important things to discuss in the dating phase? Like these type of things, like what is important to you? What is important to me? Like I feel like a lot of times in the initial meeting somebody, an infatuationship, and the representative you were putting on and they're putting on, you don't have the important, once you realize it's somebody you really like, all the important things we need to knock out early in the game to figure out, because that's the stuff that breaks up houses.
It's what?
Like stuff like this. The whole, can you have male friends or
the little conversations.
yeah, like I'm trying to think of other stuff that's like deal breakers.
Well, I think it's funny
Drinking
you
up
say
all
that.
the fucking juice.
That shit'll break, man. Oreos. Don't even ask me about it.
Shit.
If you ate the last, apparently you ate it all, guys. That's what I came to find.
Well, see, it's funny you said that because I just had a really good conversation with my friend today, and he was saying he just started seeing somebody.
Okay.
Couple months, and he really likes her, and she really like him, and like this last weekend they like stayed together like pretty much the whole weekend. They did all that. I think she's in her early 30s.
Okay.
No kids.
Okay.
He's gonna be 40 this year. 2 kids, one in college,
Okay.
and the other one is about to be a junior. He don't want no more kids. So him and I were talking today. It's probably a deal breaker for both of them.
Right.
And he's got to have that conversation with her. And that dude ain't never really liked anybody. He has 2 kids. He was with his baby.
So this is somebody you really like, and now
He
this is
really
coming
does.
up.
And
That
he
sucks.
told me, he was like,
That
bruh,
sucks.
if I pull up at your house Saturday at 1 o'clock in the morning with a half drink bottle of scotch,
That just sucks,
just
right?
open the door and pour up with me. Like but that's that.
So is it at the point
conversation.
where he's like, man,
He
I
told
really
me,
like her, I might have to break this off because that's a
Yeah.
major deal breaker,
Yeah,
right?
he told me, he said he don't want to waste her time, but he don't
For
want
sure.
his time wasted either. And so they just probably are going to have to go
Dang.
their separate ways, because he said, man, I've sat back and I just
Contemplated.
can't do it.
Do you love your person enough? Okay, and even Nakira can answer this, right? Do you love your person enough for them to be happy? Let's start there, right? Is that your ultimate goal, for your wife to be happy?
Definitely.
Is that your ultimate goal, for your wife to be happy?
Yes.
So does that mean that if they meet somebody and they're generally happy,
And that person makes them happy, that that you should give them
listen to
your
what
blessing.
I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen.
Let him finish. Look.
Listen to what I'm saying. It's
Okay.
not going to be a blessing necessarily because you're human, right? But I was just thinking when everybody was talking right now, and we're talking about property and people being like
Ownership
property,
and-
ownership,
yeah.
feeling this way. You only have one life. It's not like you're going to get a second try at this shit. It's not like you're going to get a different 25 years to
This
figure
is gonna
out
go down a whole
thing
different
to be able to do it,
conversation.
though. And you want them to be happy, because that's truly what you want your partner to be. You want them to be all that they can be during that time. That's why you push them in goals and you stand behind them, and you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like this is what I want them to be. There's somebody that they meet, man or woman, though. This could be Nakira and her dude or whatever like that. And dude is like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm out here meeting people, and this person's energy seems to be It's weird. It's a weird type of energy. You know
Okay.
that makes sense? Like
I'm listening.
I like
You're-
them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just weird how much we put on people.
So
Because
what-
that's how you meet people and able to move around, though. And it's just, you want them to be happy like you would want them to make for you to be happy the same way.
So what does this look like, first of
Yeah,
all?
finish your thought.
Yeah, because we're just going with
Because
this
where
other
do you
with
finish
this,
your
with this
thought?
other
Does
person
this look
making
like I'm
making
still
them
married
happy.
to you and I allow you to have your happy
not-
moments
it's-
with this
it's-
person and I'm
it's-
still
it's-
here?
Yeah,
It's
what-
not
yeah,
you
what is-
allow because you can't,
Yeah.
like we talked about. It's
Well,
not
I
about
can't control it.
allowing
It's not- that's the wrong
anything.
verbiage.
You can't
I feel you.
control it,
You're saying
though.
what happens when that
And
situation when
what
that's the
happens when-
So
situation?
you're saying if
Can we
Suge
agree if you're in a
meet
marriage, it's
some
allowed,
dude
though?
at whatever at work
She met some dude.
and he's cool.
And he's cool, man.
And she likes
it's
being
dope.
around him
And it's like,
and whatever.
I mean, she doesn't even have like it's a weird choice because it's not even intended to be on some sexual shit though. It's not to be that way.
Well, then I mean,
Well, people-
I think you fall back and I think initially you might be that little side eye, but you like.
What are we saying though? I feel
I
like this
don't
is a
know.
very
This is-
generic ass, blanket ass
I don't
situation.
know.
It is. It's very.
What are
it's
the
very-
details?
It's
Like,
tough.
Okay.
Those are the details.
So this is what I'll say.
because what I'm saying.
Program, I do believe that I can't speak outside of America. I will say, being in America, if you came in a very super religious home, you've been programmed of what the norm should be.
Right, right,
and
right.
if you deviate from that, you're going to hell or
Right.
something's wrong with your ass
Right,
or whatever.
Right, right.
We've been programmed. Like, this goes into a whole nother conversation then. Like, if that's the case, then you don't believe you're meant to be with just this one person. Then if some random guy that I feel his energy and I like him and it's not allow, even though we're married, so for me it's a permission thing out of respect to honor the marriage. So to me, allow is the right word. But I feel where you were coming from with that.
Yeah. And I don't want to be so blanket in what I was saying, you guys. I'm not saying
That was a big
I'm
old
not
blanket.
saying you allowing this person to do it because you don't really have control.
You don't have control,
over
I
who
get it.
people meet and stuff like that.
What
so
are we
it's
saying?
not
Meet?
like I'm
These-
out here.
The verbiage
It just
here.
depends.
Well, you
Yeah.
meet different people. We talked about that. You meet people every day, though. Y'all
You talking
meet
about
different
just being
people
friends
in
with
your-
this person? What are we saying?
Yeah,
That's-
where is this
that's where
going?
you-
Yeah,
yeah.
like what is?
You
yeah.
know, Midas be doing that tricky shit.
Yeah,
to,
man.
yeah.
What's going on, man?
That's what I said. Be
I didn't think it was being that tricky, but I
We're
think
just
just
trying to-
understanding how complicated this sounds when I'm bringing it up to you guys
Mm-hmm.
lets me know maybe I should kind of I should maybe think about how the question came out and kind
Okay.
of think how the question came out and what I was trying to think.
Okay.
I was just talking about being free because we had just talked about
What's
that.
free? These words are
Free to what?
Man.
What does that mean?
Allow, when you use words like allow, okay? I allowed you. It means that I'm in
That's not just
That's what
about
I'm just
that's not
allowed
just
to-
about possession.
That's what
Allowing
I'm
the
talking
what?
about,
that's like
though.
control. That's kind
It's
of
not
weird
in
to me.
control.
Like,
So it's not in
allow-
control, but you meet different people with different energies. That's all I'm saying, though.
You do.
That's all I'm saying, though. And so when you meet, I said it last week, though, and I'm still going on it. Like with what we do, right? With us, all in different parts of the industry, which means we meet a lot of people, a lot more than a normal person with a normal job, right? So
Okay.
you meet people with all different kind of energies and things like that, right? It's how you respond to those energies and think, right? Like I think people are hella weird though. Like that's my response to a lot of the energy, right? And I've met a lot of hella weird people that I would have never met if I wasn't doing music. You get what I'm
Okay.
trying to get?
Okay.
Like there's some weird
There wouldn't be
ass
as many
people
options
I
for you
know,
to be
man.
presented with those situations.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you see them, though, you don't stop your partner, your other people from gaining and growing.
Okay,
and
that is
being a part of
clarification.
this, though.
Okay, that's
Okay.
that's
That's all
more
I'm saying, you
defined.
guys.
We're on the
But
same
I'm
page.
saying once they find this person, though, isn't that kind of like you wouldn't like? Would you be okay? Would you stop them from being happy at that point? And that's where I was getting to. I know it took a long route to come around there, but
I think it just depends on.
oh my God,
It depends.
That's just
That's what
heavy.
I'm saying. I know. I'm going
Right.
back to it depends on the context of their relationship.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because you never know.
So
what
I guess this is
other
the question, right? Like
person's
you brought up
intention-
trauma, like for Matt, right?
Okay.
If there's knowingly trauma, if I've been through something and I'm telling you this is a trigger for me, to me it's selfish to be like, this is a trigger and I'm never going to address that trigger. So therefore, this is just how our situation goes. Yes, you have to honor that in the moment until that person works through that, but that should be a goal. And for y'all as a unit, not just for you. Like you need to address it, and me as your partner, I need to support you in that, and whatever that looks like. But the goal should be to have progress for yourself and for your spouse, so that y'all don't have to move. In my mind, like in a way that's like restrictions almost. Like, I don't know, I feel like it's like all these rules of what I
just
can't
think-
do.
Right. No, that's
Well, for me, I think just at my age, personally, I personally don't. I don't want to entertain too many new energies. I
agree.
We have 5 kids in our house.
I agree.
Not to mention, like, I have really close friends, and they got this going on. You want to support that. You want to support that. Their kids and this and that. So I really don't. My fiance is free to do what she wants, but I mean, I think there has to be a respect level, and it has to be appropriate, and I think that's for any relationship. That's just where we at in our household.
the key thing is parameters.
Yeah.
And so long as you, like with anything, each house, each relationship has different parameters, right? Into what we deem to be acceptable and what we deem to be crossing the line or whatever.
And I guess for every relationship, that's a moving target. Like what it is for Matt and his wife is completely different from Mike's and his wife.
That's what we've been talking about kind of on the show. Different things that Matt might have a problem with, and I might go, or something Jay might say, or something I might say, and they could be like, no, I could never do that. But that's the part that I was bringing up with just perspective. Does that make sense? Like, what does that look like, though? When people say that you want somebody to be truly happy, what does that look like? And sometimes we don't really look at that, and that's where the question came from, though, right?
So then let's take it the extra step.
Okay.
For that meant like friends, right? So let's say you came up with the ideology that you were taught that you're supposed to get married, you're supposed to be with a wife,
Right.
You love your spouse. This is a whole theory of can you love 2 people at the same time,
Right.
Like, your spouse loves you. She don't think you're lacking or anything. She doesn't want for anything. Y'all are emotionally connected, whatever. There's this random other third-party person that you just happen to like their energy.
Yeah.
And it hasn't gone there yet, but you feel like an attraction to that person.
Right.
I guess it depends on what your goal is. Are you just going to be like, oh, hell no, I got to cut this person loose because I know this could, like, go this other way? Or if you've discussed with your spouse and that's your situation, like, I guess that's still the same thing. You got to discuss that with the person you with. But I feel like that has to be in the initial phases of your relationship.
Definitely
but also
not.
people change over time.
And definitely not the goal. The goal
I don't have
wasn't-
the same ideas about marriage as I did when I was 21.
I agree. I agree.
Right.
I agree.
Right.
I agree with you. I agree with you. And that's why I was just. Sometimes I just like play devil's advocate on the show.
But this goes to the happiness. What if they're completely happy with you, but they're like, oh, this also makes me happy.
Right, and so I've been learning about that though.
Yeah.
I've been studying that type of shit just to see how that works with people, and if you start to look for it, obviously, you start to see, right? Like once you buy the white Jetta, and he say, hey, I've never seen this white Jetta before. Every car on the freeway is a white Jetta, right?
Yeah.
So once you start looking for it, you start to see different stuff, and I'm just looking at how relationships to new people, what my daughter calls Gen Z, how they treat this stuff, and it's a lot different than what I grew up around or what my parents were teaching me that this is what this looked like. It just has a different type of perspective and a different type of kind of outlook on what makes people happy. And I like now how the kids are a lot like, well, this is how they do it over here in the Smith house, so this is the protocol for what needs to be done. They said, no, we're going to live it like this.
They just live it how they live it.
And this is our union, and this is how we're going to put it together and be happy with this.
And that's freedom right there.
That is freedom.
That's freedom.
That's freedom, and that's what I want to attain to, though. And that's what I was saying. I want to attain to that type of freedom where nothing else that anybody says really matters about.
Yeah.
As long as you're free in your house to be able to be happy and everybody's happy and able to look everybody in the face and not feel like they've been abused or feel like they've been lacking or they've been kind of, you know what I'm saying?
But then
I should have done this or...
So how does the over accessibility of us as people, as marriages, how does that play in? Like, because you're so accessible to people, that leaves them, you're putting yourself out there to be critiqued all the time. Like, something has to be going on. This is happening with that couple, or I see them doing this. You know what I'm saying? Because we're so accessible, it subjects us to that critique. And so being able to have the ability to tune that out, because it's hard not to care what people, I don't know, for me it's hard to care. Not that I care what you think, but I care about people's perspective of me, especially when you're a brand.
Well, I think a lot of, yeah.
So it's like,
It can mess the money up for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
What they saying in the comments.
Let's see, I ain't been on the comments. Let's engage with the folks.
Me and my friend gave each other our list of likes and dislikes.
That was from Nico.
Yeah. Women would rather get the truth than the lie. Let me yes or no what I'm down with. Yeah.
Women would rather get the truth. They would rather women. Say that again.
Women would rather get the truth than the lie.
Salute.
Let me yes or no what I'm down with. And you know what? I've been saying that for a long time. That you know, there's honestly, like, as a single dude, there really, you don't owe nobody that the energy it takes to tell the lie
And maintain that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, like you could honestly just explain what the situation is. You don't have to say it in any kind of disrespectful or rude way if those aren't the intents and stuff like that. And like you said, you'd be surprised at what, if given the choice, what a woman might not be bothered by, what might not be a deal breaker, what might, you know what I'm saying? And if you give her the chance and actually explain your side or your perspective or your likes or what you're currently doing or whatever, she can either be with the shit and sign up or be like, nah, that's not for me. You know what I'm saying? But most people are scared to be that honest.
So I feel like this is where
Your dick gotta be big to try this.
I feel like this is where we
Real dick niggas don't try this at home. This is not something for
try
you.
it at home, bro.
Don't try this at home.
You might get a no, but
no, you're definitely.
But the point is,
gonna
I
get a
think
no.
women can ruin it. If a guy
Depends on what.
If a guy feels like he trusts you, like, okay, she seems cool, we've talked about it, I have been honest with her and she hasn't abused that or like flipped out, let me try and tell her this, right? I feel like women can mess it up because I know several situations where I can say, you gotta say what you mean and mean what you say. Because I say, I'm ready for that, I'm open to this and that, and
women
they
lie a lot.
They present you with, because a lot of it, I feel like, a lot of it is acceptance. I feel like I want him to feel like I'm a cool girl. So I'm going to say I'm with this and down for that. And then when you're presented with that, you really ain't with it. And then you like putting all these parameters on him that you told him in the beginning wasn't there. And then for the next girl, then you don't want to tell her the truth. Because he's like, oh, that backfired the last time.
Tell it. Yeah, you're right. Because women are notorious for breaking the terms of the agreement. For real.
For real.
So what's next for you, Ms. Doss? Like, what you got going on right now? Where can everybody catch you? What's next on your hit list of things to do?
Well, first of all, there's been, if a lot of y'all may or may not have noticed, because the world doesn't revolve around me, but there was a little hiatus I took on my music, like being at show. Well, COVID impacted a lot of that. And then also just me getting my personal life together and home ownership and all these things I accomplished over the last couple of years. Music took a back seat for me because I was like, there's certain things on my list of to-dos for my kids to see me do. Those were priorities for me. So I stepped all the way back from music and was like, look, that ain't doing nothing for this situation, so I got to drop it for now. And now that I'm in a better space, I'm in a better headspace of knocking a lot of critical things in my life off, I feel like I'm in a headspace where I can better create. So music is like, I would say number 2 on the list. Number 1 on the list, I just started another business called DOS Cafe. A lot of you might have seen it. It's a food truck that I started mainly to run that business with my kids, to be an example for my kids, to show them another avenue. Because ideally, if they don't have to work for somebody and clock hours and be under the time frame of somebody else, I want them to know that that's attainable for them. It might not look the same way as a food truck, but this is like the framework, whatever it is for you, insert, but here's what you do. So for me, it's all about, when I leave here, I want to say that I did everything to show my kids how to thrive and how to at least initiate and follow through with action. So that's what the main part of the business was for me. And now this is just a platform I'm going to use to hopefully pass down for them. So the DOS Cafe food truck, the Instagram is at DOS Cafe 5280. Right now we got our truck. I take it to the mechanic tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow to bring it to him so he can look it over. But we about to be out here. I appreciate the support that I've already been given and the support that will come. Y'all don't know, like, I love the whole give them flowers thing, right? I love that y'all do that. For some people, you don't know how much somebody needs to hear, I'm proud of you, right? people need to hear that. You never know where the mental space of somebody is at, and that might give them that extra push to go harder or to start something. So everybody who's given that to me, that I'm proud of you and all that, it seems corny because it's the social media world where everything's diluted down. It seems like everybody's doing it. That means a lot to me. So thank you for that. But just look out for the food truck, Boss Cafe 5280. That's our Instagram. We out here. So music, that. I'm still your mobile notary. If you need it, I got a 4-5 things. You know, I'm working on the 6 streams. The income.
Good job.
Hey, I
you.
wanted to clap a long time ago when you said the stuff about what you're trying to, the example that you're trying to set for the kids and creating that legacy. Like at the end of the day, like that's the dopest shit ever.
Yeah.
And that's, you know what I'm saying? I'd love to see it.
Because they don't gotta wait.
I hope to see a lot more of it. I know the benefits of coming up, being able to be exposed and seeing that. And so like anytime, you know what I'm saying, I hear about, you know, a kid being able to be exposed to options that'll get you off of the job plantation and the rut, you know what I'm saying, that society kind of pushes us in towards unemployment versus entrepreneurship.
Exactly.
You know
and long
so I
term,
dig
ideally, what I would love to do, right, is not, for me, it's not just about my kids. My kids are the foundation, but long term, on a more grand scheme, once my kids are going to be gone in a few years, they're 16, 14, 13, like Maya, whoever, like somebody else has to come under my tutelage. I feel like my job doesn't just end once my kids are gone because we've lost the art of community and being responsible per se for other people's kids. Yes, you got your kids, you take care, right? But I was always that kid, like my mama could say it, but I was like, but so-and-so could say it. And I'm like, yes. So we gotta be accountable for each other as a community. And if I could pass that along to whoever's kids after mine are grown or whatever, that should be a continuous cycle. And that's my long-term goal. If somebody else wants to follow me on the food truck when my kids are gone and I show them this is what you do to start the business, these are the taxes and the whatever, the permit, whatever, because sometimes it's just we don't know, right? And at this point, we have all the tools, the Googles and the whatever. You would think it's at your disposal, but some people just are scared to even initiate that first step. So empower yourselves to take that step, no matter how scared you are or how unsure of yourself you are.
Well, let me say this though, we're extremely proud of you. I don't read the comments. Speaking for my guys, and
Yes, ma'am.
you know, like I'm just, you know, I've always been a fan, so
I appreciate that.
I'm always happy when you're pushing, because it was always your energy is one of those energies that's pretty infectious. So I just appreciate the support for our program, since we've been up and running and constantly watching the show and giving your input.
Yeah.
And we definitely wanted to have you on the show and like represent the ladies and be able to speak to the people. You know, in front of the camera, like so they just not just reading about you on the screen though. So I want to thank everybody that tuned in today. Hope
Thank
we were
y'all.
able to, I think Show tapped in too.
Yep.
A couple other people that I wasn't able to mention. I wish we can come back and be able to mention everybody in that light. So we really, really appreciate you. There is no us without you. And next week we're gonna have an even better show, right? And not to say this one was any. We just gonna keep building on it every week. Like I said, I'm Midas.
Funny Matt.
J1 and
Kira TKO.
boom. Hey, but real quick, I want to recap something real fast because we want to end on a lighter note, because that was some really heavy shit.
It was.
So earlier today, I made a post asking people to ruin a movie by replacing one word in the title with the word foreskin. All right? I hope y'all know what the hell foreskin is. But I'm going to go ahead, before we get out of here, I'm going to go ahead and just read off a couple of the examples. Feel free to chime in any answers that y'all got in the comments. We had, let's see here. I'm going to start back to the beginning here. We had how Stella got her foreskin back.
That's nasty.
The good, the bad, and the foreskin. Foreskin in the hood. The longest foreskin. The Hunter Games, catching foreskin. Fast and foreskin. My big fat Greek foreskin. Last American foreskin. Finding foreskin. Friday the Fourth Skin. Lord of the Foreskins. A foreskin runs through it. dirty foreskin, top foreskin, the last foreskin, foreskin shuffle, tales from the foreskin, the foreskin king,
I'm sorry.
my
y'all.
foreskin Vinny,
foreskin?
poetic foreskin, snakes on a foreskin.
You get the point, y'all. Y'all get the point, y'all. Y'all get the
Wait,
point.
wait, wait.
I was like,
All right, yeah,
entertained.
he's going on and on. That's 100 different comments, and he's having a way too much of fun.
Hold on. I'm at my favorite
Schoolboy
set right
foreskin.
now. I'm at my favorite set right now. The Phantom Foreskin, Revenge of the Foreskin, the Foreskin Strikes Back, the Foreskin Awakens, Rise of the Foreskin, Foreskin Gump,
Tucks, y'all left
New
back?
Jack Foreskin,
Y'all gone?
Come to Tetra on
my
Sunday.
Bloody Foreskin. That's kind of gross.
R&B sessions.
Menace to
Tetra.
Foreskin, Boys in the Foreskin.
R&B sessions. Shout out to 5280.
5280, what up?
Shout out to Nico and their production.
Happy birthday to my cousin Ray tomorrow.
Ray, what up?
The
Yo.
Color Foreskin.
Y'all DM Jay about whatever foreskin y'all want to talk about. Because y'all was having a ball talking about this. Okay.
Pretty in Foreskin.
So listen, don't read the comments.
May the foreskin be with you.
Foreskinator.
That's J1 and that's Nakira TKO.
What?
Our network. We will see you next week.
Shout out to the
Foreskin
people
of
behind
the
the scenes
lambs.
who make this happen. Make sure y'all
The
put
5 foreskins.
with our